I hear some kind of tapping. It's like, whoa, hey, Craig.
I got it to work. All right.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves just like as users like Chinese
Yeah,
Cabbage and Cooler? How
sure.
do you guys know me? Yeah.
Go ahead, Nooble.
Oh, I'm nooble. I've been on the Politics Discord server for maybe around almost 4 years now. And I know Thor from said server.
Nice. All right. You Cabbage, you can go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Chinese Cabbage Farmer. I've been on the server for about since the end of 2017. So I think that's about 6 years or so. And I used to go by White Rabbit, and now I'm Chinese Cabbage Farmer because
Nice.
I've changed my. I don't eat the cabbage anymore. I am the cabbage.
That's cool. Yeah. I am Mighty Thor. I am a longtime politics user. People say I'm relatively normal and fun to talk to in voice chat, and so I'm just trying voice chat more.
Yeah. You're
The
great in
mods,
voice chat. I love it.
Mods keep DMing me like they're like, why are you so like different in text?
Well, I think we have that. I think you and I have spoken about this before. That in a general chat, everyone has sort of a persona that we fall into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yours is kind of just that like persistent, like never stopping, never hesitating type, just questioning random things.
Yeah. Hear me in voice chat the first time, they were like, "You're so like different." That's all they just would say. Right. Now let me get to the interview. So I would just ask, and then Chinese Cabbage you can answer, and then Nooble can answer, and then
yes, sir.
I might have follow-up questions. Right. So my first one is, what does your ideal day look like?
My ideal day,
if you have
look
one,
like, yeah, absolutely. No, waking up at 6 p.m. So probably about 30 minutes before this interview. Going back to sleep for about 15 minutes. Waking up again, drinking a full glass of orange juice, and then saying the phrase, a full day's supply of vitamin C.
Nice.
Yeah,
what about you, Nooble?
I mean, ideally, if I had like a whole free day that I could spend however I want, I'd probably wake up around 10 a.m. and eat like an apple or something. Maybe watch some YouTube. And then I could go out for lunch to get yummy food. Maybe go on a walk or play video games. And then eat yummy dinner. And then more just slacking around. And then I'm just gonna go to bed.
nice.
So you guys just want a day where you guys relax, like just not do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds great.
That's what I want.
You know, when I was growing up, when I was in high school, I always told myself, I can't wait to be an adult. And now that I'm adult, I just tell myself, man, I wish I was a kid again.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that, man.
You just got to slack off. Like
I don't know if I want to be a kid again, because I have a lot more like freedom now and like independence now. But I would like to like stay like 18 to 22 forever. I feel like it's the like golden age.
Yeah. Lots of old people, they always tell me, they're like, I'm 26, but they're like, man, you're so young, you could do anything.
I'm 27. You guys are babies to me.
We're all young.
Oh,
some guy was like, how old are you? And I was like 26, and then they were like, dude, you could literally become a doctor. And I was like, and he's like, I'm 56. He's like, I'm 56. I'm long past my prime.
Hey man, even 56, you can still change the world at 56.
Yeah. I think to become president, you have to be at least 45. So yeah.
35, yeah.
35. Oh, 35. Okay, yeah. You're right, because I think JFK was I think he was 35. I'm not sure.
JFK, he was the youngest. I think he was like 42, 46.
Oh, he was 43. Okay, yeah, no one under
Oh,
no one in
43?
the.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. All right. Right. The second question: what are some things you wanted to be when you were younger?
You want to answer this one first, Nooble?
Yeah, I wanted to be a veterinarian for a while.
Oh.
I like my animals, but I'm very allergic to like a lot of animals, so it wasn't very realistic. Also, vet school is almost as hard to get into as med school. I don't want to
Seriously?
do 8 years of school. That's insane. No. So I gave up on that. I didn't want to.
Okay. And Chinese cabbage, what did you want to be?
Yeah, I feel that sentiment. So I remember a very, very fond memory is my automatic thing to say. It's not really a fond memory. I was in first grade and they asked us what we wanted to be, and I had no idea. I've never really known what I want to be. So I played a lot of Pokemon at the time, and so I just wrote down bug catcher, and then the teacher was like, "You can't do that for a living." I'm like, "Okay."
You can't. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Catch bugs.
Are you
Thanks,
really
Nicola.
quoting Shia LaBeouf now? Do it.
Just do it. Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for, dude? You know how many times I've heard that video?
Oh man, so many times.
I think it got like 20 million views. I was like,
something like
geez.
that for sure.
He's like, don't let your just the way he says it too. It's so funny.
Plus, he used to play Even Steven
wow.
on Disney.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I used to
it's
watch
good.
Disney shows when growing up. I don't know if you guys remember Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious.
Oh yeah, Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Nickelodeon, Disney shows. I'm trying to think of that. I think there was some like Sweet Life of Zach and Corey. I don't know if that was Nickelodeon too.
Zach and Cody, that's Disney.
Yeah.
that
When I
one's
was growing up, I used to think that stuff was real, man. I'm dead serious, but now I know.
I mean, it's all right. Drake and Josh has some pretty good humor. I've seen like some scenes on it recently.
And I'm a
I feel
sucker
you,
for
though.
romance. I'm a sucker for romance. That's why I would always watch iCarly. I'm like, man.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the unrequited love. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, I know. That's what kept the show going. Sam and Carly, they would love, and then they would learn for a bit, and then they would fall back to their old habits. Then they would change a little bit, and then they would fall back. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh,
Right.
I never saw iCarly.
Oh, we can watch one day. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or,
sure.
who would you love to meet, if anyone? And if so, what would you ask? Now, the person could be alive, they could be dead. Just anyone you would like to meet for the first time. That is.
For the first time.
Oh, Nooble for sure.
Yay! I would like to meet Cabbage too. Good old bud old pal of mine, Cabbage.
Yeah, heckin' buds.
I was thinking like historical figures. I was like,
I was thinking that too. I'd want to.
Well, I mean, since this is your interview, you can say historical figures too, but I wouldn't want to meet you guys.
Cabbage.
Not historical figures.
Oh,
you guys are pretty
no, she's
cool.
just choosing me because I chose her.
Yeah, I know.
But I do like Cabbage. I would like to meet Cabbage one day.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to what's it called? Chicken katsu.
I love chicken katsu. We both love chicken katsu.
You guys want to meet me one day?
Yeah.
Sure, if we're ever in the same area.
Yeah.
You're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, East Coast.
Oh wait, are we allowed to talk about location? I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't share the video I only share it with like myself and the maybe one or two people. So only Nooble has seen the Hito video. Besides myself.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you too. So I don't like post the videos on YouTube, but it's unlisted, which means only people with the link can see. So yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine here. I guess it's boring. That's why I like watching TV, because real life is just boring. It's just so boring around here. But whatever. And if I could meet anyone historical figure, I would want to meet. I probably want to meet Napoleon Bonaparte. just to ask him about military tactics and stuff. I don't know why. All right, 6. Name one person. Think of one person you admire if you admire anyone, and what qualities do you like about him or her? And that would also go into the 7th question, which would be, what qualities do you look for when you make friends? So I think those are related.
Can I go first on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I admire my dad just for being like a really hard worker and kind of instilling this feeling of never stopping the improvement process. You know, there's always like little details to go over, and just you can improve so many levels on so many ways. And the qualities I look for in friends, honestly, anybody. I want to be friends with everybody, and I want everybody to be friends.
All right. This is going to be selfish, but what qualities do you see in me that
I
make
see
me?
you. I see you as very driven, very motivated, ambitious. I see you as not liking to waste a lot of time. You're very direct, straightforward, and you're always a great conversation. Honestly, I wish we could have. You and I had a period where we would voice chat pretty much every single day for like a week, and that was a great time for me. I learned a lot from you. You're a good teacher.
That's pretty cool. All right, Nooble. Now you. What person do you admire, if anyone?
I don't know if I idolize any one person. I guess I admire a lot of people. I know I admire people who are driven or who want to help their communities in general. It's a lot of people. When it comes to friends, I you know how there's a phase between acquaintance and friend?
Yeah, where you're it's kind of testing someone, I guess, or seeing them.
Yeah. I guess I'm on good terms with most of my acquaintances, but as for actual people I get close to, I guess I prefer people with similar interests to mine, so I know what to talk about, or people with similar senses of humor, so I can send them memes. Yeah, I feel like that's mostly it.
I feel
I don't
that
know.
for sure.
I feel like a lot of my friends are very different from me, what they like and what their passions are, but I still get along with them because we have the same sense of humor.
Yeah, I think when you're friends with someone, I think you got to have something in common. Otherwise, when you meet up, there's nothing really to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's why conventions are popular too. Comic book conventions, anime, and so on.
Oh,
conventions. Yeah. I think that's why they're popular, because you just meet up with someone you like. You just talk. So I think I have in common with you guys. I like your sense of humor, and I'm saying this for the both of you. I like how you're direct. I like how you're honest. And I think you can see the good in people, because you guys could have blocked me a long time ago for what I've done and said.
Yeah,
you're saying
you're not a troll. You're not getting blocked.
Don't get blocked.
Get blocked. Share. I love this.
Nooble, you could have banned me long ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thor, you're honestly great. Yeah, I know, right?
What made you guys not block or ban me?
I don't block any user.
I block everyone.
I have users who will spam my DMs a lot, often with vile things, they'll be calling me a snowflake and whatnot, saying that all my mobs. Yeah, it's I get angry people in my DMs all the time. They'll send me maybe 40 DMs while I'm asleep, but the best way to piss these people off is not to block them, but just don't respond to them. That's just so funny. So I don't really block anyone, even spam bots and shit.
That's part of why I don't want to become a mod, because right now my DMs are almost empty, man. They're empty most of the time. If I became a mod, man, I just could not.
40 pings a day.
I can't imagine what Doobie goes through. I'm good grief.
Oh, I ping Doobie more than anyone else.
You know, I've never seen Doobie become green.
Ah, that's true. I don't have green on ever either. It's just that it starts sending phone notifications, which is so annoying. I can't deal with phone notifications.
I remember, I don't know if you,
notifications off
yeah.
all the time.
I think you
keep
guys were at my,
Yeah.
notifications. Yeah. Do you get,
and I keep my phone on silent. Someone could call me with an emergency. I would never even know about it.
Right?
I think you guys were at my AMA, and part of the troll,
Yeah.
they were trolling me, right? So they were like, I'm like, so I always ping a lot of people, but no one ever pings me. And on the day of the AMA, they all decided to ping me, and I was like, Doobie, you got a mask like block or mute, and he started pinging me too. I'm like, okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doobie's a troll. He's a he gives you what he thinks you need rather than what you want.
Yeah, I think I like Doobie.
Yeah.
Apparently, he stood up for me before.
Oh,
At least that's what Crimea says. So
yeah, he's a
I
good
guess
guy.
I believe him. Okay. You already answered 7. 8. What is the last time you did something you were afraid of? Now, when I say afraid of, I'm not talking like
this
fighting a spider or something. I'm like overcoming a fear, like say asking someone you like out on a date or something like that. That's what I mean.
I've never done that. This.
You've never done something you're afraid of?
No, I've never asked someone on a date. Though, I'm anxious. I was anxious answering this, and then I'm anxious right now.
Oh, okay. I mean, I hope I'm making you feel less anxious.
You make me feel welcome, Thor. Sorry. Go ahead, Nooble.
I was scared of going to live in a foreign country where you don't speak the language, but now I'm in Korea.
How is that?
It's okay. It's pretty fun. I like having fun here.
Thor, did you see the mountain videos she posted?
Mountain videos? No. Did she
Oh,
post it in Wholesome Chat?
Yes, sir.
Are they gone, deleted, or are they still there?
No, sir. They
It's
should
probably too. Oh, really? When does the chat wipe?
Oh, is there a chat wipe for it? Then
Yes, you guys have some type of bot or something that deletes general chat now every. I don't know what the exact time. It's not. It's no longer than a day.
It's I don't know. It's a command that deletes like 8,000 messages. So once it reaches like 8,000 messages, it wipes. I think.
Oh, it nukes.
Or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I used to check my post count, but I just decided to stop. I'm in the top 10 users, but I just decided to stop caring. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. If life stopped today, what would you regret not doing, if anything? Is there like any countries you have not visited yet, or any languages you want to learn?
I don't have much on my bucket list. It's all just pretty superficial stuff. Like I want to go bungee jumping, but not to the point where I'd regret it if I died.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't have much on it. Maybe I'd regret not spending more time with my family because I don't spend that much time with them anymore.
Is this because you've went to move to Korea, graduated high school? Why is that?
Yeah, it's because I go to university, so I'm not home very often.
They said,
okay, and what?
I'd be dead. So
okay, this isn't part of the interview, but I asked. So do you guys
I'd like to say they're all equally.
Does that scare you?
No.
I mean, we are going to die in one day, but when you think about it. I don't think about it. Do you? Or if so, why is it your favorite movie?
Airplane.
Airplane.
Airplane, yeah.
What is that about, and why is it your
Yeah.
favorite movie?
It's my favorite movie because you can watch it again and again, and you will always notice something new that they in Airplane, obviously, where honestly, I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain it. I just say check it out. You can
Okay.
find it anywhere online. I highly recommend it.
Okay. Nooble, do you have a favorite movie?
No, not really. I don't feel like
Okay.
I feel like movies don't have great like rewatchability. You know what I mean? I just don't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, I noticed that for me, it's more the experience of going to the movie theater, like with a friend, and then after I see it, I'm like, I don't really want to see it again. Not until it hits like TV or something. That's just me. It's
You don't
different if
ever
it's a TV show, though. If it's a TV show, TV shows have rewatchability for me, but maybe that's because I'm invested into TV shows way more.
Yeah, me
Like I don't
too.
know if you've heard of a show called Smallville. That's 10 seasons. I finished that. That's a
Superman, right?
trust me.
Clark
Yeah,
Kent?
trust me. That's a long 10 seasons. A long freaking time. 22 episodes a season.
You said you don't like
Where I saw
you said you don't like the CW verse, right?
Yeah, this was before it got back. So most of the shows now, like Supergirl, Flash,
Yeah, you don't like those ones.
nah, they're boring.
I used to
If
watch
I
them
have
with my mom.
if I'd say I have a favorite movie, it would probably be there was this movie called Switch. It's an old movie. Most people haven't heard of it. It's released in 1991. It was this guy who was a jerk to women, and so he was with 3 women one night, and they murder him. And God, what is the word? It's not resurrects. It's something else. It's not revamp. What's that R word? Crap. It's
Redeems?
where you're brought back. Say that again.
Redeem?
It's no. It's something else where you're brought back to life, but in someone else's body.
Reincarnate.
Yeah, reincarnated. So he's reincarnated, and God's like, you were a jerk to women, so you're gonna have to come back to life and find one woman that loves you. And the devil tells God he'll just use his charms as a man to find some unwilling woman. So they reincarnate him again as a woman. And it was just about him dealing with sexism. And I just like the movie because I think if people were in other people's shoes, they would understand a lot. There would be a lot more understanding and a lot less hatred.
I think you're absolutely right.
Because I think about like sexism and racism and stuff, and like, well, if men knew how women felt, when, what am I trying to say? If men knew how women felt being objectified, they probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Or like if white people knew how like black people felt when they're like racist, it would probably be because I know you go through an entirely different set of issues than I do, and obviously Nooble does as well.
Yeah, people wouldn't do it anymore. Yeah,
I like to think that's the case.
that's what I like to tell myself too. All right, 17. This kind of goes into that. If you could make one change in the world, what would it be? And I don't mean like a material thing, like more schools, like an immaterial thing. Like, would you have people care more? Would you make it to where people couldn't lie? Like, what would you want to have happen?
You go ahead first,
Noob. Yeah, Nooble, you can go first.
I'd make everyone empathetic. Is what I think. Because like, I feel like things like racism, sexism, just come from a lack of empathy. And I feel like if people cared more about how they affected others, then we wouldn't have gotten so depraved.
Yeah. What about you, Cabbage?
I mean, I agree completely with what she said. Um, I think if we all had just even just like a touch more empathy, like just 0.001% more empathy, I feel like things in the world would just be smoothed out. I feel like there'd be less traffic. I, I feel like we'd listen to each other more, and maybe we wouldn't have complete world peace and human growth to the point where we're all over the galaxy and universe. But I think on a daily basis we'd just be nicer to each other. Things would go smoother.
Yeah. Yeah, I read a quote once that said most problems that humans face are human problems. So that just made me think of that. Like, and I think that it comes from a lack of empathy. Like, you might disagree with me, but crime and war, for the most part, people do terrible things because they kind of think that they can get away with it. Like, it doesn't apply to them, like rapists and murderers and bank robbers. On some level, they either think they can get away with it, or if they get caught, they know that what they did to someone else isn't going to be done to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I know this is going to be a.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Then I was going to say, and then there are bad judges who let evil people go, and that comes from a lack of empathy too. But you can go ahead, Cabbage.
Yes, sir. I was going to say, and I know this is a bit controversial and probably comes from a Pollyanna type state of mind of mine. I just think we should have empathy, even for people who do wrong. I feel like we should always give them a second chance, because there are people who do awful things and feel a genuine sense of remorse. And I think even if there's just one person like that, we should still take into consideration the rest of them, so we don't lose even one good person.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think,
Thank you.
as religious, and he always tries to tell me that one of the biggest problems we have, this goes to empathy. He said one of the biggest problems we humans have is that we don't know how to forgive each other.
I agree with your father completely.
He said people hold on to hatred, and hatred it just only brings more hate. It doesn't bring more love. He just said how no matter how someone wrong you, got to learn to forgive them eventually. So yeah, I agree with you guys. And I have two more questions. One, pretend money is no object. What would you do?
I'd go to space.
Nice. And what about you, Nooble? What would you do? Didn't you say you wanted to travel the world more or something?
I mean, yeah, I do like traveling, but I don't know if that's like my ultimate goal with money. I think I just like to have a small life and a quiet one. I would probably get a good PC. I would do that with money.
Finally build that PC.
Yeah, and then I get a good internet connection. After that, I'm probably just chilling.
Nice. I know I'm interviewing you guys. I know I'm butting in a lot. I know I'm a little selfish.
Nope. No. You are doing an amazing job.
It is your interview.
It is your interview.
All right, so thank you. So if money was no object for me,
yes, sir.
I would set aside money for college, because college in America is very expensive. And I'd get a house and car, not like a mansion, because I think that's just too much for me. I mean, I'm not opposed to people having mansions, but I'm just like, that's just too much space. I would have a room. I'd have a library because I like to read a lot. I don't know if I've shown you my books or not, but I do read quite a bit. So I'd have a library, and I'd have a gaming room. And this is a weird thing. I wanted to have every gaming console ever made. So like every Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah. You love your video games. I know that much.
Yes, and for my family, I'd get my sister and house. I'd get them a house and car too. And beyond that, I wouldn't be greedy. I don't want like a Lamborghini or anything. I mean, I would just like a decent life to where I could clothe myself. Well, I obviously can't clothe myself. By that I mean, afford, clothes and afford food. That's what I mean to say, and be able to live on my own. I wouldn't want to be. And if I literally had an unlimited amount of money, I mean, I donate a lot too to try and help the poor because I think they don't receive enough help. But yeah, that's some of the things I would do.
You could pull a Rockefeller. You could start charities. You could cure. I forgot what that disease is. You could do a lot with money.
Yeah.
What's most important is the state of mind required to seek out problems to solve for the rest of humanity. And I think you have that mindset. I think you just need the means.
You're right. Thank you for saying that. That means a lot. And
Yes,
the
sir.
last question, part of this interview is, how do you want to be remembered in life if you want to have a legacy, that is?
I don't want to be remembered. I'd like to be forgotten, if anything.
I don't have the desire to be like famous. I would like to be remembered by my own children eventually, but
Oh yeah,
other than that, I'd like to be remembered as like a good parent or like a kind person. But aside from that, I don't really care about fame or legacy.
Shit, can I actually change my answer to that?
Yeah, that's fine. Say whatever you like, man. You guys sound honest, so
sir.
I like it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, now that was the last question of the interview, and I have one more question. That would just be, what did you guys think of the interview? Rather,
you did a great job, man. Honestly, huge improvement with a lot of the way you're communicating. The back and forth is good. I feel like you just need to kind of trust in yourself, trust in the fact that your voice is important, that you have good things to say and good things to ask, and just trust that you interjecting is not a bad thing, because this is your room and this is your life, man.
Thank you. What did you think of the nooble? Was
it was good. You had a good diverse set of questions.
Yeah, I like to get to know people. Now, I'm at the end of the interview, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for your time. It did mean a lot. Like,
yeah, man.
I don't know how to. I'm trying not to cry, but it meant a lot to me.
You feel free to cry if it's what you need to do, man. I love you a lot. I appreciate the platform. You're great, man.
It's just I like getting to know people because it's just my way of trying to make a difference in people's lives, because that's ultimately what I want to do. Is I want to try and make a difference in someone's life.
I think you're well on your way to doing that with these very personal interviews with server members, and I think they're all more than happy to help you reach your goals in life.
Thank you. That meant a lot.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. I'm trying to end it. Craig, leave. Hold on.
All good, man.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.